All right, everybody, welcome back. We are on the final stage of the Covert affiliate method. Now, let's just recap real quick. By now, you should know there is a ton of money to be made on social media using completely free traffic. You can just leverage your profile, leverage a Facebook group. Both these things are free. And under the radar, you get to be a powerhouse affiliate. Now, my goal with this program when we started was to teach you a very easy way to be able to get 10 sales to a program that we're going to show you how to promote, that we've already shown you how to promote. And that would generate a little over $2,000 a month. Now, I think if you let yourself, you can see that the potential here is much bigger than just 10 sales every week. The truth is, if you grow your group and you grow your social following and you invest, much like we would invest in stocks, we expect a compounding interest. Well, that same thing's going to happen as we engage in this on social. Your first month, 2 months, 3 months, they're going to be relatively slow, and that's going to get you that 10 sales every week. But we're talking about reaching 100, 200, 300 people. Well, what happens when you put in this energy and you let all this compound over a period of time? And that 100, 200, 300, what happens when it turns into 1,000, 2,000, 5,000? Like, I don't want you to limit your ability to see the profitability of this program by, oh, well, you know, my first month, I'm really only reaching a few people. Here's what I think is beautiful about all of this before we get into, you know, really how to actually monetize everything that you're going to do. I want you to think about, you know, what it's going to look like as you start to put all the pieces together. You get your group together, you start to fill that group, and you're really, that's going to be your figuring it out phase, right? You're going to be the toddler learning to walk. Everybody watching this has this expectation underneath that they're going to be running right away. That's at least what they want. Well, that's what you want. You might not have the expectation of that, but everybody wants to start running immediately. And it's just not how it goes. But what's crazy is if you've ever watched a kid go from not walking, you know, laying on the ground, can't even crawl. If you ever watched how fast the evolution is from them going from sitting on their butt, they can't move, to crawling fast, to walking, to running, it happens like that. And that's just time, and that's how we all go through life, as time seems to escape us. That's why being consistent is so important. Because month one, you're going to think, okay, maybe this isn't working as well as I thought. 99% of people give up right there. Because it's not running, it's not sprinting, it's not being the fastest, making most money. It's the people that are consistent, that go 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, that say, I know that this is going to work. You're going to see the most yield from this program. I think everybody watching this, whether you're consistent or not, whether you're willing to, you know, go through a little bit of struggle or not, you're going to get results as long as you put in the work. But I'm telling you, if you are consistent and you see this through, the compounding effect of this is amazing because, again, yeah, the same activity that's going to get you to 100 is going to get you to 1,000, is going to get you to 10,000. And your world looks completely different when 10,000 people listen to you. I can assure you of that. So keep that in mind, because now we're going to get into the monetization, and this is where things get oftentimes very misconstrued. People think monetization is the end goal, and I want you guys to remember, you have to be a resource of powerful, insightful, and productive information. You can't just be a resource because it puts money in your pocket. To be a good resource, you actually have to be helpful. And so making money is a byproduct of being a good resource in this situation. We're just building a mechanism that allows us to control people's attention so that as we are being a good, helpful, insightful, powerful resource, we're also going to make money. It's when you flip that we see the number one problem in society today, right? When money is involved, people change the way that they act. They change the way that they participate. This affects everything from big media companies down to the smallest individual affiliate marketer. When you're driven by money, it changes your agenda, it changes the way you talk about something, it changes the way that you look at other people. You have to go into this thinking, as long as I'm helping other people, I'm going to make money, and I'm going to try to help as many people as I can. as often as I can. And so I want you to keep that in mind as we go through these very powerful, strategic ways to monetize. Because now at this point, phase one or stage one showed you how to make your group, how to get the ball rolling with the entire, workflow here. Stage two showed you how to fill your group. So you'll notice I kind of drew out here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it. I wanted to leave some room to draw some other stuff. But you're going to be using the covert affiliate method to fill your group and to fill your profile so that you are socially active and ready to start making sales. So the rest of what we're going to be focusing on now is how do we go about making those sales? What do we actually do? What do we say that makes this a little bit easier to actually play all of this out? So the number one easiest way, I want to cover real quick actually all 5 of the ways that we use again. So number one, my personal favorite is email. Email takes all of the onus off of having to make a selfie and post a video and make content and tell this crazy cool story and all this. Email makes it a lot easier. And so I like email the most because it's guaranteed, automated, and it reaches the majority of people. An algorithm, I don't know if you guys know this stat or not, but on social media, you're guaranteed to reach about 6 to 8% of your audience every time you post. Now, if it's a good post, it'll go more than that. You might get 25, 35, 45%. If it's in a group, if it's a post that's made in a group, you might get a little bit more than that, right? So I have 6,000 people that follow my profile on Facebook. If I share a normal post that's of my kid or something that's not super inspiring, I might only reach 400, 500. In my group, that same post, of 6,000 people might reach 1,000, maybe. But you're usually not going to reach much more than 15, 20% of your audience on a social media platform because there's an algorithm that basically says, who do we want to show this to? How's it doing? When you post it right away, it's going to say, hey, let's test this out to a small portion of their audience. Are they engaging? If not, don't show it to anybody else. If they are, that's an engaging post. Let's show it to more people. And this is why it's so important that as we go through our monetization, we do not post links in our posts on social. So I don't want to, when I'm talking about making money on posts, I am not saying post the link in the description of your, you're going to have a picture, tell a story, here's the link. Don't do that. Because as soon as Facebook sees, hey, this link is taking people away from Facebook, don't show it to people. You'll notice a dramatic difference in your ability to reach people when you are engaging, when you have social aspects to your post, and you do not post links in a post. The way that we monetize is we get people to comment and we then message them or we reply back to their comment with the link. We get them to engage. That does the opposite to the algorithm. Okay, if it's an engaging post, that tells Facebook, hey, people are commenting on this. Show this to more people. It's bringing people a positive experience from Facebook. Let's show this to more people. This is a good thing. So now the exact same agenda went from, oh, I'm trying to get sales on my link, but when I post my link, nobody sees it. Of course. Now it's switched to, I'm trying to get sales on my link so I get people to engage, and now I've got a bunch more reach. So you can actually take a negative and turn it into a positive. So let's go ahead and hop in. Actually, let's continue. Email is my personal favorite. Posting, there's something called a tapper, which we're going to cover in a little bit. DMs, which is kind of the same thing, but I did want to separate them because you can actively DM somebody whether they comment on a post of yours or not. Let's say that you send 100 friend requests using the cam tool from day 2. Let's say you send 100 friend requests. Well, when they accept your friend request, you could DM every single one of them. Now, this is where I get into a conversation, and we'll talk about it here in a minute, but this is where I get into the conversation of how much money do you want to make? People tell me, Travis, I want to make $10,000 a month, but I don't want to DM people. Okay, then you don't really want to make $10,000 a month. If the most important thing to you is how much money you can pull out of this system, you will do everything I tell you. You'll do everything I'm showing you to do. Because the only thing that's going to stop you from doing any of these is the way you feel about it, right? It's the way I feel about it. Travis, I don't want to post on my personal profile because of the way I feel about it. And we're going to cover that here in a second. So And then lastly, ads. Ads is probably the last one you're going to need to worry about. It is a way that we monetize. It's a great way to make money, but it obviously costs money. All the rest of these don't really cost anything. You will need an email autoresponder to be able to send emails, which we'll cover here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and hop into, and I want to preface this. For any members of our Covert Affiliate Method, when we turn this into a course, if you have purchased the actual course for Covert Affiliate Method, you're going to get much more in-depth, over-the-shoulder style understanding of email marketing, what to say in DMs, what to say in your posts, examples, and all of that. For this training, I'm going to cover all 5 things. It's going to take me a decent amount of time, but I obviously, for sake of time, I can't have a 6-hour video, right? So just keep that in mind. If you are a member, you're going to have access to a lot more of this. If you're not a member for whatever reason and you're seeing this information, then you're going to get a very good overview of what we do, but it won't be like exactly what to do. You can use your imagination, you can kind of experiment, and you'll be able to figure it out. So let's talk first about posts. How do we monetize with our posts? Well, I use 3 different kinds of posts when it comes to monetization. Now, this also, again, I want to be very clear. This is for your group and for your public profile, right? We're going to monetize both of those because we're sending a bunch of friend requests all the time, right? Bunch of friend requests. Or you can go into a group and you can be active in that group. You can literally just go into a group that you belong in. We just had somebody in our super affiliate system, which is our high program, our coaching program. We just had somebody in that program tell us that they went into a teacher's group because they're involved in teaching. And they shared some of their results and they got a sale. So you can go into a group and share your life experience in the existing group without pulling them in as a friend request, without pulling them into your group. You can actually just share content in other groups and you'll see that you'll start to get action as well. And then you'll get friend requests. People will friend request you. But let's just say for sake of this, you're building up your group and you're building up your profile. 2 things happening very, very quickly and very easily and for free. Every day you're getting new friends, new group members. So you're going to have to post on both your personal profile and in your group. Okay? Now, I challenge everybody as you're going through this, if you really want to make this thing make money, we have a 30-day challenge with our CAM tool. So the CAM tool itself, we offer a training for it that basically describes how you can make money from the thing in 30 days by literally doing this. Take the offer that you want to promote, right? So let's say it's Simple Profit System, the program that we teach everybody to promote. Let's say you want to make money from that. You're going to make $68 every sale if you generate a sale on that. Here's exactly what you do. Send 200 friend requests via the CAM tool every day. So use our software tool. Send 200 friend requests every day for 30 straight days, right? That's 6,000 friend requests. That's a lot. So just make sure you do it this way, 200 every single day. Now what's going to happen is every day as well, I want you to post on your profile. Every single day. It doesn't have to necessarily be only about business, but I want you to mostly share your results or the results that other people are getting from your exact same method and talk about those results. So, hey, I wanted to share. So what I would do on the 30-day challenge, this is a great way to kick off making money on your profile or in your group, is let's say you've got a group, it's got 200 people in it, and you say, hey guys, I'm holding myself accountable for the next 30 days. I want to help you do exactly the same. The number 1 method for starting a side hustle online is using this Amazon influencer method. I'm going to make sure that everybody in this group sees it. I want to show you the results that other people are getting. For the next 30 days, I'm going to share one person's journey and their results every single day. So by the end of this, you're going to see that somebody just like you has taken the same thing and they're implementing on it and they're making money. If you have any questions along the way, DM me, right? So that's post number 1. Then every day for the next 29 days, you share somebody else's results or your own results. Every day, you do 1 a day. What's going to happen is your consistency and your openness and your honesty and your uniqueness of you telling the story, what's going to happen is people are going to see it and they're going to start going, I can't see more of these results without taking some kind of action. I get it. I get it. I need to make money. That's why I'm in this group, or that's why I friend requested you, or that's why I accepted your friend request. I need an additional source of income. And every single day, this person's showing me more proof, more proof. It becomes blinding to the point where they're going to start commenting and going, okay, I get it. Or, better news, they're going to unfollow you. Great. That means that they don't want whatever it is that you have to offer. It means that they're not interested. It means that they're not an action taker. We want that. We want people to remove themselves so that we now have more room to send more friend requests, right? Because what we want eventually is a profile full of people that are going to listen to us, that are going to see our advice for what it is, see us as a resource, join our group, be proactive. Because again, if you can get just 1,000 people to buy from you every single time you recommend something, if you got 1,000 people to buy Simple Profit System, which is not a lot, 1,000 people, you'd make $68,000. That's a year's salary. That's well above the average American salary, which is $55,000 a year. Well above the average American salary. And you're doing it from home on social media. So that's what we want, right? We want this sort of like self-fulfilling, like, hey, if you don't like this, you can leave. So every day for 30 days, it's a great way to kick off what you're doing, because at least then you're being authentic and you're showing people, hey, this is my journey. Not I'm making, what ends up happening is a lot of people say, I'm going to wait to post until I'm successful. And then what happens is now you look like you're trying to be the guru. Hey, I just made $2,000 a month. Do you want to learn how you can make $2,000 a month too? No. Hey guys, I'm starting this side hustle journey. In the last 10 days, I've made $5. I just wanted to share this with you. This is the first money I've ever made online. Then as they follow you for 30 straight days, on day 30, guys, I had my first $50 day. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm uploading more reviews. If you want to see how I'm doing it, just comment below. I'll share a link. I promise you this. If you take the CAM challenge, the Covert Affiliate Method challenge, which is 200 friend requests a day, posting one time a day with results, guaranteed you'll make more money than it costs you to have CAM, and you'll start being an affiliate. You'll start seeing momentum in all these areas because you're being consistent, you're being authentic, you're being real, and you're doing something with a purpose, and you're not just being scammy. It'd be different if you posted a result and every single day you had your affiliate link in there and you go, click the link if you want to buy. You'd still make some sales, but it's not going to feel as warm and fuzzy and cozy as we want it to be. So let's get back to talking about the actual type of post, because I want to cover that as quickly as I can. There are 3 types of posts that I want you guys to think about, both in your group and on your profile. The first is a viral post. This is something that has a chance to get engagement very naturally. This could be anything from a question. I love asking questions. I love asking for references. I love asking, hey, I'm looking, like let's say I surround myself with entrepreneurs, right? My profile is now filled with entrepreneurs. I go on my profile and I make a viral post that says, I'm looking for a virtual assistant. Where should I look? Those entrepreneurs are going to comment and go, I want to give you some advice. Then what I also love doing in these viral posts is I share something, a big moment. I share something that's worth other people paying attention to. This is where virality and vulnerability kind of go hand in hand. So if you have a mom's group, you might want to share a vulnerable mom moment in your group. That's going to get other people to open up and go, that person is just like me. If you're a veteran and you had a moment where, you know, as a veteran, it's tough too, because this is where vulnerability becomes tough. You're not supposed to be tough. You're supposed to be hard. But when you share the tough moments as well, and then how that led you to where you're at, and now you're, you know, focused on your income so you can spend more time with your family so you can get your stuff right, that's going to resonate with people. So viral posts, post number 1. I have written down in my notes here that this is meant to be a post everybody resonates with. It's use an eye-catching photo and a relatable story or some sort of entertaining post that's in reference to what it is that you're doing. So if you're in a homesteading group, maybe tell a funny story about how one of the chickens ended up, you know, on top of the house, and then, you know, Jack had to go up there and get it, or whatever. Like entertainment with your group, right? That chicken story might not make as much sense, just post it in the public, so maybe now we post it in our group. Or if we've got a bunch of homesteading friends now, we can share it there and people are going to see, wow, this guy's really talking my language. And that's what's really important. So again, I want you to think about vulnerability. I want you to think about honesty. I want you to think about aha moments. I want you to think about the most extreme emotions we feel in the world, in our normal day: sadness, happiness, exuberance, laughter, how can you contribute that to your group? Those are viral posts. Okay, so another way to do this is to study what you're noticing as viral. What is the stuff that makes you want to engage? And I want you to turn on your production hat. I don't want you to turn on your consumer hat. Very often we run through life and we say, hey, that's funny, I'm gonna engage, move on. We don't stop, that's a consumer. You just consumed that activity. Now I want you to stop and go, whoa, wait a second, why did I consume that activity? Because if I can figure out, if I can reverse engineer what made me engage, well, couldn't I just get other people to engage too? Couldn't I use that in my group? Couldn't I use that on my profile? Why am I commenting on so-and-so's post? Why did I like that post? What was it about it? What was about the image? What was it about the text? How was the text outlined? How was it structured? Like, legitimately analyze, research like you're in school. If you see something viral, go, why is that viral? Why are there so many likes on this post? Why are there so many comments on this post? Why is this engaging? Okay, well, this person's an authority. Okay, well, what made him an authority? He was a good resource. So I got to be a good resource, and then I can make posts like this, and then I'll go viral. It's not out of the realm of possibility for anybody watching this to be as big as you want to be. The only thing you've got to do is you've got to do this with a purpose. Be consistent and be authentic. So viral posts, they're not as complicated as you think, but I don't want you to think about like having to be super viral and sharing, prank videos or whatever. When I say viral, I just mean something that's going to engage your audience. And it doesn't have to have any kind of call to action, but it should be matched towards whatever it is that you're posting. Not every post is going to have some big agenda to get people. Like, let's say you're in the homesteading group and you're trying to get people to, teach people how to make money. Not every single post has to be, here's what you need to know about making money online. It can be like, a funny story, because then at least what you're doing is you're showing people this person really is in my space. And so then when you share the income tips, it really does make sense. So the next kind of post that you're going to use is an informational post. And I'll tell you what I wrote down in my notes. This should be teaching them something that you've learned on your journey. And I want you to think about posts like 3 ways to be more productive. I always try to base my informational posts off of stories. So what did I learn from that? And I give a really great example to my super affiliate method system users, which is, again, it's our ability to work with you one-on-one. We pre-build a lot of your marketing assets and we get you on pace to build something much faster. And we'll discuss that later. But I teach something called my 13 stories. So I actually give an outline of 13 different kinds of stories that you can tell in your posts, in your ads, and in your emails that are going to help attract people to buy. But I want you to think about, I'll give you an example of one, and that is a limited belief story. So let's talk about the idea that you overcame something in a time where you didn't have a lot to work with. So maybe it's, my story. In this case, maybe I'll have a group about dads, right, who want to be fit and make money on the side to support their family, right? Being a good, supportive, firm, strong dad. Maybe I want to tell them the story about how when I graduated college, I had a 350 credit score. I was more than $160,000 in debt, and I had to overcome all of those things to be where I'm at now. I would get into a little bit of the story about I might make a post that says how I went from a 350 credit score to $2 million a year in 10 years, or I went from 350 credit score to over $2 million a year with what I'm going to teach you now. And I figure out what was the overarching theme there? Well, maybe it was consistency. Maybe it was social media. And I'll talk about those things. And I'll say, look, it all starts by getting your first automated income system set up. That's why we released the Simple Profit System. If you're interested in that, just comment below, right? So I get to tell this story so that somebody else on the other side is going to say, I also have a low credit score, or I also went to college and didn't get what I wanted out of it. I also, right, we're resonating with them, but we're also being informative, right? We want to give them, again, you might have a 3 ways to be more productive. The top 5 side hustles you didn't know about, right? Maybe you share those. This is what's great, because a lot of your posts, and I want you to take this with you everywhere else you go, your emails, your posts, your DM conversations, all you really have to do is curate information. I think a lot of times people make the mistake of thinking that they have to create information. Again, with that guru mindset, I have to be the one. You don't. You can curate information from other people. If I share a helpful tip with you right now, but it was a tip from someone else, if I tell you that I got that tip from someone else, it doesn't take away from my knowledge of it, my understanding of it, and then I just translate it into my own words and I say, yeah, I kind of learned this basic concept from over here. Here's what I think about it. I'm teaching it to you now. I get to curate. I'm saving them time, which provides them value because they don't have to go and read that book that I read to get that main point, right? So think about that when you're looking at your informational posts. These are oftentimes going to be something that really shows people what your value is, the value in your group, right? Aside from just belonging and community, now what we're actually building in the informational posts is authority. Right? So we've got community in the viral posts. Everybody comments, everybody likes it, it's engaging, it's cool, we're all the same, homies. Informational is, okay, yeah, we're homies, but I've learned a lot about this one topic, right? I want you to think about really good podcasts. Now, I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast a lot, and what's great about that podcast is he's friends with everybody who comes on the podcast, or at least he's mostly friendly, but he's not trying to give advice to the people on the podcast. He's letting them be the ones teaching him. And I think that's really important. So that's kind of what we're doing with the informational stuff, right? We're being both characters in a podcast here. We're just like having a good dichotomy. We're breaking them up and making them separate. So we've got viral posts, we've got informational posts, and then lastly we have what I would call to action, or most of the time in a group or on your Facebook profile, you've got a soft call to action. This is where we pull them into our funnel. We share a screenshot, share a story, and at the end we tell them to comment for a link. So again, if I'm trying to I'm friend requesting every single guy in every dad's group on my personal profile. I'm talking about the fact of how important it is to be a good dad, how important it is to be financially stable, how important it is not to rely on your 9-to-5, how important it is to say F you to your boss, but doing it the right way, how important it is to be able to be at every single one of your kids' events because you make your own money, how important it is to know that you go to bed every single night not super stressed out about money because you've got that taken care of, right? I can talk about those things on my profile and in my group. And then I can say with a call to action, let's say I show a screenshot of making $500 in a month. And I can say, look, most guys, and I'll go out and get some stat, like how much money does the average man make, right? I'll go out and get some stat and I'll talk about that. And then I'll say like, the average man, X amount of people are going to get fired. So 5% of the world is going to get fired and they're only going to make this much. And then, I can't even imagine the stress it's going to cause in a family. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I honestly, by the way, I genuinely believe that just like people die of cancer, just like people die of being hit by a car, just like people die of other diseases, I think people mentally die and emotionally die by being stressed about money. I think stress is one of the great killers of the world. By being stressed about money, I think money stress is more significant, which is why like 60% of marriages or something like that end because of money. Money stress is more significant than physical stress because physical stress of like straining something, like, oh, I'm out of shape. Well, that's not gonna like cause you to lose your home, right? Or relationship stress, that can be a tough one, but a lot of relationship stress is due to money. So I honestly do think that while health is the most important thing in our life, money ends up taking that driver's seat. So the fact that I'm helping people figure out how to automate money in multiple different ways, number one, with our Amazon influencer program, and number two, with what we're teaching right now, I get to feel great. I don't know who would see this, know that they can share the same information and not feel amazing because they're going to help Aunt Patty make more money. They're going to help Uncle John make more money. They're going to make their friend from high school make more money. And it's all just by sharing their journey. It's actually pretty incredible. But these soft call to actions would be results. They would be, hey, if you're interested in starting this thing right now, shoot me a comment below. I'll send you a link. We can talk about it. And again, that's 5 to 10 sales a month. It doesn't have to be super complicated. 3 different kinds of posts. Now, I aim in my group or on Facebook, I aim for anywhere between 2 to 4 posts per week, which is perfect because I just gave you 3 different kinds of posts. okay? Now, again, our super affiliate method people, I teach 13 different stories. Each one of those stories can have a viral story, an informational story, and a soft call to action. So I'll give you an example. I won from ClickFunnels, which is a website building platform. I won 4 different awards for generating over $1 million through a funnel. I could tell 3 stories based on that. So a viral story might be, a picture of me getting the award, right? And it says something to the effect of, what it took to get to $1 million, or the fact that you don't see all of this, or yada, 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 right? So it's some sort of a viral story that resonates with people, that's an emotional thing. Then the informational one could be almost, let's say I use the same picture. I would use a different one. But let's say I use the same picture and I talk about the 3 things that I did to go from failure to making $1 million, winning an award for making $1 million. You notice it's the same story, it's just structured different. And when you tell the story based on, I want this to go viral, I want this to be informative, it changes the details in the story, therefore it gives people a little bit of a different perspective. And then a soft call to action. Do you want to see how you can go from where you're at right now to realistically winning $1 million funnel, or winning a $1 million prize, right? That's how I could do 3 different kinds of posts with the same group, same Facebook profile, same story. So imagine if you had 13 stories and 3 different versions of every story. You've got 50 stories basically that you can tell over the course of a year. That's 1 a week, right? 1 post a week essentially just done for you right now. So keep that in mind. But I shoot for 2 to 4 posts every week. So one might be, what I do in my groups, by the way, this is what I suggest for everybody. Once a week, you should share your results in the group. So whether that's, I have in my group something called Flex Friday. Okay, Flex Friday is your opportunity to show us your results. Well, you might do the same thing in your group. Let's say you're in a mom's group. Every Tuesday is, Talking Tuesday, where I share my results of what's going on in this side hustle. Because remember, they joined the group so that you could teach them how to make money on a side hustle. You might as well show what your results are. And by giving that weekly accountability, it's really nice for them to see your journey along the way. So right now, we're at $500 every 30 days. I have a commitment this week that I'm going to share 10 reviews. I'm going to show you guys what my results are next Tuesday. Okay, I made those 10 reviews. Now I'm up to $600 a month. It's crazy, just 10 more reviews. It literally took me 20 minutes. I'm making an extra $100 a week. I can't wait to share this. That's going to continuously bombard these people with like, wow, this stuff works. I need to get on it. Why am I waiting? And they're going to go, I can't sit on the sidelines anymore. I'm in. And then with a mixture of viral posts, so they see that you're a real person, funny things, vulnerable things. So they're like, wow, this person's a real person and they're really making money. I'm in. You're going to make sales. I'm excited, man. Just on one thing, can you feel how easy it's going to be to make money? You now have a game plan. A game plan that you know is going to make you money. You're going to share a viral post, an informational post, a call to action in your group and on Facebook. We're going to aim for 2 to 4 posts, especially in the group. You can go, 1 to 2 posts a week on your personal profile. I shoot for 2 to 4 posts per week in my group. Again, I like to share my results weekly. So that's 1 post per group. So I've only got to come up with 1 other post every week in my group. So maybe Tuesdays I share my results. Fridays, this Friday I'm going to do an informational post, right? Then Tuesday rolls around, share my results. Thursday, viral post. Tuesday rolls around, share my results. Thursday or Friday, soft call to action. I'm not even having to be selly. I'm not having to be spammy. I'm literally just being consistent, and that's where you're going to win. So, again, I like to, if I'm going to have a hard call to action, like, hey, I put together a list of the top 10 side hustles. Hey, I put together a list of the best AI tools and 5 prompts for each one. Whatever your group narrative is going to be, call to action every 9 to 14 days. I don't want to have like every single 5 days I'm posting some new PDF that they can go download or some new funnel they can hop into, because it gets a little overbearing. 9 to 14 days to what I call activate people. The rest of the time, we're trying to engage them, build community, share helpful tips, be a good resource. It's really not that complicated. So that is, in a nutshell, exactly what we do with our posts. So we're going to make 3 different kinds of posts. We're going to look to aim to get about 2 to 4 posts every week. And one of those posts, especially in your group, can be your earnings. Now, that's obviously going to be different if you take the CAM challenge. So if you go 30 straight days with posting, you're going to have 30 posts in 30 days. I don't suggest that you keep that up every day throughout the course of a year. Then I would go to more of a like 2 to 4 times a week structure where you're just making a game plan. You know what your content's going to be because you've set it up with this structure. So that covers our posts. Now what I want to do is I want to talk more about, and this is just the way that I wrote this out. Now we're going to talk about ads. We're kind of shifting gears a little bit. So we've got our posts. Now let's talk about ads. I'm going to have a lot more sort of like over-the-shoulder in-depth training on this, not in this particular video. We're going to kind of outline what it is, but I want to focus on one thing. Everybody who joins your group is there to get help with the thing that you help with. That's why you join a group, to join a community that can help you get resource on something, right? So ads allow us to know that we're going to be able to get them into the fold. And what I like is, you know, with posts and DMs and these other social things, we can't really get a direct call to action, right? So I want to paint the picture for you here. Everybody who joins your group, particularly who joins your group, as long as you have a fan page that you're posting from in that group, which again we describe more of in the supplemental training, but you can have a fan page. Let's just call it my normal Facebook profile is Travis Stevenson. That's me personally, you know, shows who my wife is. I post pictures of my kids. I then have a fan page that is my full name, Travis Scott Stevenson, and that is literally my like advertising page. Okay, that's how I am in my social realm, right? So with that page, I can join my group. Okay, so I'm just going to write page. I can actually be an admin of a group as a page, so I can act on behalf of that page. Now, here's what's great. Everything that you do on a page, not a profile, you can actually build an audience from. I know this is going to be a little bit more complicated for some of you guys, so if you're not at the phase where this makes sense right now, come back to this when you are. You don't have to do this right away. But here's what I love doing. In my group, I make a video from my fan page, not from me, that basically is just like this and say, hey everybody, welcome to our group. We're so excited to have you here. Just wanted to break down some of the rules and share the fact that while you're here, my whole point of this group is to help you get results. So I am going to be talking about making money. I know it's an uncomfortable thing for most people, but I'm going to be showing you guys real, live, raw proof that side hustles are a real thing. If you ever have any questions, just comment on the post that you see, and I will reach out and I'll give you information about it. Let's say that's all my video says. If I use my fan page, my Travis Scott Stevenson page, and I post that video into my group, I can create an audience of everybody that sees it, right? Hang with me. So now I've got this video, right? I've got this video that was posted from my page into my group. Now I can highlight that video in my group. You click the little 3 buttons in the top right, and you can click add to highlight or pin to the top of your group. So now every single person that joins my group is going to see that video, meaning if 1,000 people join my group, 1,000 people will have seen that video or close to it. Then what I can do is I can say, hey, Facebook, everybody who watched that video, run this ad to them. Think about how powerful that is. All of our group members have just committed to the fact that they want to learn more about being a financially stable dad, right? Now, they go about their day, whether they see my post in my group or not, they're going to see an ad from me that says, hey, I see that you're looking to be a financially stable dad. And I just wanted to make sure that we took this chance to get you the fastest system that we've ever created. I wanted to get it in your hands right now. And as a special thank you, we're going to give you a free training that outlines every single part of the process, right? So this ad runs them. They're already in my group, so I can do a couple of different things here. If I'm running an ad to everybody who watches my video, right, this ad could take them to a couple different things. I could run them to another landing page that gets them to opt in if I wanted to, but I'm getting their email in the group anyways, personally, the way I do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run them to the thank you page from my funnel. Okay? So this is going to be normally a page like this. It's got a video and a button on it. That's simple, right? Video says, hey, thanks so much for checking out this incredible side hustle. Listen, what I've done is I've put together a very specific training on, or like the way that I would do it if I was you, because you're going to be an affiliate, is I put together the video that says, look, I wanted to make this video because I want to help dads. I think that right now dads are getting absolutely crushed in the world. You're not allowed to be, you're not allowed to be weak in the world, all this other stuff, right? I'd list out all the things that I'm really doing this for, okay? If you are a 50-year-old woman doing a 50-year-old plus women's group who want to supplement their retirement, talk about why you're doing this. I wanted to be able to help other people create income for themselves. I know how important it is. I know how tough it can be to be a woman out there in your 50s starting to contemplate retirement and going, how am I going to do this? I personally am a widow. I personally am this. My husband just got laid off, whatever it is. And I realized that I needed a side hustle. That's when I figured out the Simple Profit system. And I can tell you right now, it is the best way to profit online. I wanted to share that with you and make sure that you got a chance to see it right now because I know you just joined my group. This is a special gift. You need to get on this, right? That's it. Just describe the fact that it works. Really, we're pulling them aggressively into this new monetization system. So you're gonna need one page right here with a little video on it. That video can be shot on an iPhone. As a matter of fact, I do a lot of my videos on iPhone, especially when I was starting as an affiliate. Almost all of them were. Now I have great cameras and I'm a very good video editor, so I can do my own fancy stuff. But this little button down here will point them to your affiliate link. So if they buy, you make money. It's that simple. Now we're actually monetizing using ads. So I want you to think about it. Your friend requests get all these people into your group. When they join your group, they're going to see the pinned video in the group, which again, I outline kind of over the shoulder in the supplemental training. So when you join CAM, if you get access to the CAM tool, you get this. Or if you're in Super Affiliate System, either one of those, you'll see exactly how to do that. But you basically go into the group as your page, you post the video. Everybody who watches that video, you're going to run an ad to them, sending them to your page that you describe while you're doing your side hustle. And then boom, send them over to the affiliate link and you are good to go. You're gonna make sales. And the good news is this is gonna cost very little money because let's say you get 1,000 people to watch this. Well, it only costs $20 to reach 1,000 people. So if you put a budget of $5 a day on, you know exactly who your ad is gonna reach because it's everybody who is in your group. You know those are ideal candidates. You don't have to worry about targeting. You're targeting one audience, which is great. $5 a day, they're going to see it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually, again, they're going to be like, I got to click on this and see what this is about. And then it's a video of you, and they're like, wow. And think about the compounding effect. They're now seeing your posts in the group, and they're like, wow, she is such a great, real person. She's vulnerable. She's really there, and she's really getting results. And then they see an ad that actually snaps them out of their trance and goes, okay, whoa, hold on. Maybe I could do this too. And the ad sends them to a page where you're there, and now they know, like, and trust you, and they're like, wow, this is really cool, and I see a little bit more of her story. Bang, I'm gonna buy this thing. Simple, you're spending $5 a day. If you get one sale a day through this, you're at $68 for spending $5. It's that simple. I really hope that you guys are seeing, oh my gosh, I can monetize with posts. That's a guarantee, that's a no-brainer. I know exactly what to do. I can monetize with ads with $5 a day because it's taking away all the complicated stuff. Travis, how do I make my ad? Well, you make your ad geared towards the people that are in your group. Hey, thank you so much for joining the group. I've got a special training to make sure that you're on pace to learn how to make the most out of your income in the shortest period of time. I'm going to give you the thing that I've been doing for the last 30, 60, 90 days, whatever it is, that's helped me make money when nothing else was making me money. I finally put together a short video that's going to describe it for you. Go here. You describe it for them there. You tell them more about yourself. Bang, go over there. Making money, making money, making money. Meanwhile, your posts on your profile are making you money. Your posts in your group are making you money. And guys, we're only 2 monetization things in. We're literally only 2 in. I can't help but think about you on the other side of the camera right now. Either it's clicking for you, or you're like, I don't know if this is right for me. If it's clicking for you, I'm so excited because we're opening up an insane world for you. This exact world right here led me to multiple 7 figures. Like, it's crazy because this is the starting platform for the rest of what you do for the rest of your life, which is exciting. Okay, so this is the basic iteration of ads. For more in-depth on that, when you get access to Cam, there's going to be more training. There's a members area that includes these videos, but it also includes, all the future ones. So ads are great. Now let's move on to, we're going to go ahead and talk about the tappers, because I think this is a really cool one and it's very short and kind of easy to highlight. A tapper is essentially a virtual assistant. And here's how we use tappers, and I think it's great, and it's very short and simple to kind of run on. And by the way, I'm going to make sure that everybody gets notes, my exact notes. I actually had somebody type them up. So I'm not going to cover every single aspect of tappers in this video, just so we can move on to the other stuff that I think is more important. But I have like a basic intro script and things like that that you'll be able to get. So a tapper is basically a VA. What we want this VA to do is every single person who joins our group, or who friend requests us or whatever, if we make a post on our Facebook page, I want this tapper to reach out to the person who comments. Or when they join my group, as you learned in day 1, you're going to ask them for their email, and you might ask them like, hey, if we had a way to expedite you making money, would you be interested if we reached out? Yes. If they say yes, have your tapper tap them, right? That's why it's called a tapper. Have it tap them on the shoulder. Hey, just wanted to say welcome to the group. Right? So that's actually the little script we have is we would say, hey, it's so-and-so. So let's say their name is Jerry. Hey, it's Jerry from the moms group, right? And I work with Tom, or I work with Julie to help make sure everyone gets the most out of being in the group. So first, welcome. Next, I'd love to hear more about what you're looking to get from this group so I can point you in the right direction. Now that person's going to respond and say, hey, I was just really interested to figure it out. I'm looking for an additional side income, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Have you looked at the simple profit system yet? Because if you haven't, that is the thing that we always suggest everybody start with. You'll see, here's the link. It's the same link that's in the group. It's what Megan describes to people. It's what Julie describes to people. It's what Jim tells people to start with. It's the #1 best place to start. So make sure you take 10, 15 minutes of your time and go check this video out. You'll see almost all the results in our group come from this system, right? So now your tapper is going to help you make sales from everybody who comes into your group, and you don't have to do it. Now you can do the tapping yourself. You can tap everybody who comes into your group and say, hey, I just wanted to say welcome to the group. I'm obviously the admin of this group. Thank you so much for joining. Can I find out a little bit more about what you're looking to get out of the group and what you're doing now? Oh, I'm not having any success, blah, blah, blah. I totally get it. I'm with you on that. I've done the same thing. It's the same situation, da, 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 da. Right? So now you're letting them know you're a real person and you're walking them down towards the path of getting some kind of a result. And I think that's super, super important. So tapping is great. We'll give you guys more information on tapping a little bit, but that's kind of the general idea is take this seriously. Every single person who friends you, every single person who joins your group, if you want to make as much money as possible, say hi to them. It's that simple. Now, you'll notice these kind of all play in the same game, right? DMs I gave a little bit of a different category, and that's because it is a combination of all of them, right? Like you're going to DM people who comment on your posts. You're going to DM people who join your group. You're going to DM people who comment on the posts in your group. So DMs have their own sort of strategy, if you will. But I wanted to make this really easy for everybody to understand. I don't give people a script for DMs. And I think a lot of people are like, Travis, I want a script. I give you kind of an outline understanding of what you want to accomplish. What we want to do, and I use a very specific method in a DM, and it is the who, what, why, and how method. Who, what, why, and how. You want to start selling stuff. You want to make sure that you're walking through the conversation the right way. First, Find out who they are. Hey, Jim, thank you so much for joining my group. I would love to connect with you and find out what is it that you're doing right now. And by the way, where are you from? Find out who they are. Oh, Jim, you got 2 kids? Great. Like, let's say they're joining my dad's group. You've got 2 kids? Okay, great. What age are they? Oh, yeah, mine are in the same age group, man. That's really funny. Where do you live? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was there not long ago. That's friggin' awesome. I love it up there. How's the weather right now? Oh, it's cool. Okay, great. 2 to 5 minutes. Who are they? Now they're connecting, and you'll have an opportunity to kind of let them know, hey, I'm in the same situation. Yeah, my kids are that same age too. Yeah, I also used to do that. Oh, when I was in high school, I was also in construction. Or yes, I used to be a bartender at Applebee's, like whatever, right? So you can identify with them. So now it's who, what. Hey, Jim, you mind me asking, what is it exactly that brought you to this group? Are you in the mindset that you want to be able to add more income, or are you just super curious? Find out, literally ask them, what is it that made you do blank? Hey, I saw that you were also in the ClickFunnels group. So what is it exactly that you're trying to do in ClickFunnels? Are you building your own funnel, or are you just trying to figure out the internet? Find out what they're doing to be active online to grow their income, right? Or again, if you're doing bodybuilding or if you're doing AI, it doesn't matter what it is. What made you get to this point, right? Tell me a little bit about, because there's going to be a decision like, well, I just realized like I'm about to lose my job, or blah, 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 blah. They're going to key you in on what you can then do to say, here's why you should start with this. Here's why I'm the person who's going to help you. Well, that's perfect, man. I know how tough it is to lose your job. That's why I created this group. Right? This is why I'm going to be able to help you. That's why I suggest everybody start with a simple profit system, because it's very little money down. It can be started in about 10 to 14 days. And while you're looking for other work that you're going to be able to do, you might be able to turn this into a full-time income if you take it seriously enough. That's why I love this. Okay? Then next, how do I get started? That's what we want them to ask. Hey, how would I go about getting started with this? Oh, here, just check out this link. Super easy conversation. First, get to know who they are. Figure out what it is that made them want more out of their life, or what brought them to you. Tell them why you are a resource for them. Show them how to get started. It's that simple. And I can tell you right now, if you take nothing out of this training, this piece right here is worth $100,000 a year, easily. If you start friend requesting people and DMing them and saying, hey, Jim, nice to meet you. I'd love to get to know a little bit more about you. Not everybody's going to respond, but some that do, you're going to be able to walk them through this entire process, and by the end, you could sell them essentially anything. Here's why I suggest that you join Super Affiliate System. Here's how you can go about getting started. Go book a call with Travis's team. Doesn't matter what you're selling. As long as you can figure out what their motivation is. I do think that everybody needs to understand the most important part of this to work is this has to be authentic. You cannot be BSing your way through figuring out who they are. And they're like, oh, I'm Jim, I'm from Minnesota. Okay, Jim, well, let me tell you about, nope. Oh, Minnesota. You know, I was just looking at Minnesota the other day because a couple friends of mine were sending me some golf courses up there. Are you into golf? Dude, I love golf. I saw some really cool golf courses up in Minnesota, like Rocky Hills. We don't have that much in Florida. Yeah, how's the weather up there now, though? Like, get to know them. Treat them. I know this is going to be crazy. Treat them like they're actually a friend. Find out who they are. It's very simple. So that's DMs. And that brings us to the end of this initial training, which is email. My favorite thing in the world, email. So all of this stuff we know is going to make us money. We know that as somebody joins our group, we can tap them and we can have a good DM conversation with them. We know that they're going to be consistently seeing our posts. We know that we can run ads. We're going to be making some money on that. Everybody who joins our group or goes into our funnel, we're going to capture email from. And this is what we do in the Super Affiliate System. We give you landing pages. We give you sales pages, thank you pages. We help you create your pixel situation down here for the ads. We essentially walk you through all of it. We make it as automated as possible so that as you're collecting emails, I cannot stress this enough, The most powerful asset in anyone's business is email. And here's a stat that should blow you away. You ready for this? Let's talk about money. There is a stat that for every $1 that you invest in email, you get $43 out. Think about that for 1 second. For every dollar that you spend building an email list, you're going to be able to get $43 out. Now, how do I do that? Well, it's because email can be broken into two different things, okay? Number one, I'm just going to use letters for this. We have sequences, okay? So let's just say sequence. So now, somebody, friend requests me, goes to my profile, joins my group, I get their email. That email is then sent over to our platform, which we use, Kartra. Kartra goes, hey, somebody just opted into his group. Send the emails that he built to go out once a day for 7 days. And now we can automate the process of marketing to them. So even if they don't see our groups, if we're not tapping them, if we don't DM anybody, if we're not running ads, every single person will go through a system of emails that shows them the results of the program, that shows them what we're doing, that introduces them to why they should jump in on this, that tells them more about what we do. Now, there's a 5-phase system to email that I cannot teach in this video because we're already going long enough. But the first stage is indoctrinate. The first email in your email sequence is going to be, hey, I'm Jill. This is what I'm doing. Thank you so much for joining my group. This is a newsletter where I introduce you to X, Y, and Z. I send about 1 to 3 emails every week. If you have any questions, here's where you can do this. If you want the best place to start, go click here. It indoctrinates them to what your newsletter is going to be about, right? Then we activate, then we separate, and then we escalate. We reiterate. I'm not going to get into all that right now, but we'll talk about how you can get access to the entire 5-step system here in a little bit. But the first step is, okay, we got their email when they joined our group. We got their email when they opted into our funnel, whatever it was. The sequence is going to send them emails. We're going to make money whether we do anything from this moment on. So what I love about this process is we're automating as much of it as possible, because my whole goal with having an online business, that's why I absolutely love ads and I love email. And you notice I put them with dotted lines and I put these 3 up here with normal lines, because this is all like manual stuff. This down here, and you can automate it with VAs and whatnot, but this down here is automated with technology. Right? So emails are going to get sent whether we do anything or not, because we've built a system that allows us to do that. And that's what we teach. We actually give you a series of emails that you can send to people whenever you join SaaS. So Super Affiliate System is our program where we give you as many of the assets as we can, so you don't have to worry about building them yourself. It's literally like buying would you rather buy a car that's already assembled, or would you rather buy all the parts to a car and then you've got to figure out how to put them together? You know all the parts are there, which is what we're doing right now. We're giving you all the parts. If you want us to assemble them for you, you'll see information below about how you can actually get a call with our team to get more information about the Super Affiliate System. If you click that link below this video, you'll see where you can learn way more about Super Affiliate System. So I'll come back to that here in a minute. But imagine now you've got, let's just say, 7 emails that go out immediately, then 1 day after, then another day after, then another day after. So that consistency factor that we talk about with posts, it's also down here. And your emails are very simple. Don't complicate this. They're the same stories that you're going to use in your posts. Same exact thing. It's just now we're guaranteed to reach people. Now we can actually tell them what we're doing, tell them what matters in a very linear system. Now that's the first thing, is just the the automations, right? The sequence. Then we also have broadcasts. Now this is where you make money for the end of time. Not kidding. This is the reason that I'm here. This is the reason that I've made any money in my career. Sequences are great. They will make you a decent amount of money. They'll make you more than you'll spend on this activity, right? They'll give you a consistent, reliable, effortless amount of money. Broadcasts are, let's say it's a month from now, a new product comes out. Or the same product comes out, but now you've got more results and you want to tell your list about it again. Well, your list is going to grow constantly. And again, I want you to think about the compounding effect we talked about. 100 people in your group is 100 emails. 1,000 in your group, 1,000 emails. 5,000 in your group, 5,000 emails. 10,000, 10,000 emails. What is this going to look like when you send a broadcast to 10,000? Are you going to make more or less money than you did when you sent a broadcast to 100? You're obviously going to make more, right? So now we've got automated emails going out when they opt in, and then we've got the ability to broadcast to them whenever we want. So now 2 weeks comes, I found another program that's really great. I tried it, I love it, I recommend it. A month comes around, another program's out. I tried it, I love it, I recommend it. Now, what we do is we also recommend different ecosystem style companies. So, for instance, let's say Simple Profit System is great, but you also use Jasper, which is an automated intelligence tool, which is $97 a month, and they'll pay you 30% for everybody that you get to sign up. I'm an affiliate for Jasper, and they pay me around $2,000 a month because I've told other people, hey, look at what I'm doing with this automated intelligence. It's pretty cool. I send an email to my list. Everybody on my list sees it, whether they've been on my list for a month or a week or a year. And some of those people are going to say, wow, he hasn't sold me on anything in a long time. Maybe they buy it. Maybe they just joined a week ago and they go, man, I'm really looking for that AI. Now I'm a resource, right? Because they've been in this whole ecosystem. I'm a resource that they listen to for the internet marketing advice. So now I can give them advice on other things. And if I have an affiliate link for it, I can make money. And it's that simple. And in fact, it's so funny because literally when you get good at this sort of system, I got a message on Instagram the other day that said, hey, Travis, congratulations, you're getting a big fat check from Creately. And I'm like, I don't use Creately. Well, I used to run a campaign similar to this for people who were looking for platforms like Creately. Well, apparently I just made $1,000 because of all the automations. I haven't promoted this in 4 months. And I'm getting a check for $1,000 in about a week because I had automations in place. I was able to tell people about stuff, and then when they go through and they get it and it works for them, I was just being the resource, and I'm getting paid. And you can do this with hundreds of products. Literally, scour the internet. You can go to Google and say, affiliate product for this, affiliate product for this. Once you introduce people to the Amazon influencer method, well, maybe there's an affiliate platform for a video editing software for your iPhone. Maybe there's an affiliate platform for some sort of automation, or you want to promote the Covert affiliate method. So now you promote Amazon influencer method, and then you also promote Cam. And then you can also promote this, and then you can also promote that. And that's what we teach inside of the super affiliate system, because this right here is teaching you how to be an affiliate, which means you're going to make sales from your posts, you're going to make some from tapping, you're going to make some from DMs, you're going to make some from email, you're going to make some from ads. Super affiliates focus most of their energy down here. So I teach my super affiliates to start making money up here, but to focus your energy on everything below that red line. Because that's all automated. That's where you get to exchange your money for your time. So let's say you make $1,000 a month on this stuff up here. You spend that $1,000 on ads and on getting more emails. And in doing so, now you're at $2,000 a month. So now $2,000 plus your $1,000, you're making $3,000, you're spending $1,000 on ads, so now you're still making $2,000, which is more than you would make up here. But now you're buying your time back, and the compounding effect starts to occur. 1 month in, 2 months in, 3 months in, 6 months in. Now that list, that 1,000, that same 1,000, now has you a list of 8,000, 10,000 people. So now instead of making 2,000 off of this, you're making 5, you're making 7, right? Because it's going to start to compound. You're reaching more people. The more people you reach, the more stuff you're going to sell. So I want you guys to understand that what we've taught throughout all of this is the covert affiliate method, which is how to, behind the scenes, without putting too much stress on it, without being very aggressive, without spending a lot of money. Actually, you can do it without spending anything if you just don't do ads. How to actually make money as an affiliate, how to generate sales, how to find your space, how to find your spot in the market and feel good about it, not having to be salesy and scammy and spammy. Well, in Super Affiliate Method, we take that, we literally put it on steroids. And the goal with Super Affiliate Method is to give you all the assets so we speed up your implementation curve. so that you're not having to wait to learn how to make a sequence. You're learning in real time so that your sequence is already done. All you're doing is editing it and you're going, oh, okay, cool, I see how this works. So you've got all the assets in place. Now you're promoting a machine that's already built to your advantage. And then you're able to get help from us every single week. You're able to see exactly what goes into all of the strategies. You actually get behind the scenes looks at my ads that I'm running right now. You get weekly calls, bi-weekly calls with the guy who's helping me run my ads, who oversees and helps me manage all of the ads process. So you see how ads are made, you see how they're monetized, how we check them, everything. Because the ultimate goal, and this is what I think separates super affiliates from affiliates, is relying less on this and way more on this, because you're buying your time back. I can buy my time back by doing this. And again, building my email list, everybody gets a sequence, right? Everybody who opts into my list gets a sequence of emails. And then every now and then we'll be sending broadcasts to make even more money. And then we run ads, and those ads go directly to a page where we either build our list or where we can sell a product. And then we're going to aggressively sell that product. And we're just going to do it in a niche and in a market that feels good to us. And I want you guys to know, this is all very realistic for every single one of you guys out there based on learning from the Covert affiliate method. One of the keys to all of this is being able to add new friends, because you don't want to only rely on your stagnant profile the way that it is right now. Start sharing this with other people that are interested in the space, okay? Especially in your niche specific arena. Now, I will say this. At this point, you have all the tools necessary. You know what you can do. If you want to speed this up, if you want to use our assets, you want our landing pages, our sales pages, you want help putting in the pixel, you want help getting your domain, you want actual expedited support, you want us to give you access to the software that you need to make all of this stuff possible, you want to speed everything up, and you want to reduce the amount of effort that you have to put in to make all of this possible, and you see the potential here, and our super affiliate method, we give you 100% commission. So instead of $68 a sale, so instead of making a sale and making 68, wouldn't it be much better if you could just make all of the 97? Right? So super affiliate method members, we can actually give you all $97. So I want to paint this picture for you. You join SaaS, you get the machine in place. You work with us ongoing to make sure you're putting all the pieces in the right position. You get help from somebody here on my team consistently. You get access to a chat that's going on all the time with all of our super affiliate method members. You're getting $97 a sale. You generate 10 sales a week. That's $970 a week. That's $4,000 a month. What you do with that money is on you. If you're good making $4,000 just doing this, great. But then you could take $2,000 of that, the commission that we're going to pay you, start putting it into ads, and now you're growing. You're growing your email list, you're growing your audience, and now all of a sudden, 6 months down the line, you've got a list that you can broadcast to. You generate 20 sales in a day. Think about that. 20 sales in a day isn't hard if you have access to reach people. The problem is, in the situation that most people are in right now, you don't have a big group. You don't have a big following on Facebook. This, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to start an affiliate business, because it's just recommending stuff that you yourself are doing. If you want to put that on steroids, and you want to, legal steroids, and you want to get to that six-figure realm, you want to buy your time back, so you want to put less time in, there is no better platform on the market than our super affiliate method, because you get to work with us in-house. The training that you're getting here, imagine being able to get it every single week on Monday and on Wednesday, and then on Thursday get a Q&A to make sure that you understood everything. That's what's inside of our super affiliate system. So I welcome all of you guys that see the light in this and you say, I know this is where I belong. I know I'm going to be able to make 10 sales a week when I get this system running. I know that I'm going to need some help along the way. And I would really like all of these assets pre-built for me, where all I have to do is tweak a headline, edit an email, instead of having to write it all from scratch, instead of having to make the pages from scratch, instead of having to set up the account from scratch. That's the process that stops the majority of the people that we've talked to, is I just can't get the ball rolling. We want to help you get that ball rolling and help you keep it rolling by adding you to our team. We do everything as far as even running some of our ads to our members to be able to help support them and build their lists. Everybody who joins our super affiliate system sees the potential sees their ability to be able to build a list. Once you get those pieces moving, you'll be shocked at how fast you can start building your list. Now, otherwise, I hope all of you guys love this. I hope all of you love the ability that you now have to use a tapper for your group, to make posts and make money, to DM, use the who, what, why, and how method, build your email list, send broadcasts, make sequences. I love that you guys have that. Now, you're going to get more in-depth training on some of these pieces if you are in the CAM membership. So the CAM membership is $49 a month. You'll see information for that and for the super affiliate method down below on this video, or below this video. Aside from that, again, please, I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this. I'm super excited to be able to welcome you guys into this platform, into this training. Can't wait to see what you guys do. Thank you so much for watching these videos and for joining CAM, being a part of something absolutely amazing, and investing in yourself and getting over that fear that you might have to take action, because, you know, we've all been kind of ingrained in a way that doesn't really lead to action necessarily. So I'm super excited. I will also give you guys a download link to our notes from the entire 3 days of the Covert affiliate method kind of overview trainings. And that's it for me. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.